You're listening to the 209 Podcast with VNT.
So, T, here we are again. This is our number 3 of our podcast of VNT. I'm Virginia Still.
And I'm Teresa Hammond.
And here we are to discuss the best of August-September issue of the 209 magazine.
Best of the 209. Before we start, I just want to mention, this is the new revamped 209 podcast. This is our 3rd episode. We've gotten a little more love since our first episode and the second episode, right?
Yes, we did.
Second episode was fun.
Yes.
Lots of fun. Lots of giggles, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so now I'm going to make my confession that I'm not podcast savvy in the way of a listener, right? So I'm starting to do my homework when I take my morning walks.
Okay.
And listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. There's a lot to be learned from these other podcasts. There's so many different podcasts. Did you know this?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tons.
So it's really like this is a thing, right? Because you can listen to it in the car.
On your run.
On your run. Yeah. Like everywhere. Like we listened to it by the pool. This number 2.
Right.
So I'm thinking this is a really good way to reach our readers as well as our community that may not have seen our product and bring the 209 to them in a whole new way.
Absolutely. And last podcast, so if you did not hear it, maybe go check it out. We really did a deep dive into some of the stories that were featured.
Yes.
And, we will talk about some of the best of winners this round.
Yep.
So
and that's going to be fun. It's 180 something pages. It's a big issue. So definitely well worth the time of our readers and our community. I think absolutely very, very diverse in content.
Yes, very much so. And so being that here we are, because we're going to talk about some of the winners here in this issue, but let's look back at a couple things from the issue. It is going to be sweltering hot, right? Heat wave warning.
Do it.
Heat wave warning.
Do you like heat?
No.
No, be honest.
No.
What's your favorite season?
Favorite season, I would say hands down for me, fall and spring are
same.
Tie. Yeah.
Same, right? What is it you love most about those seasons?
So I would say fall for me. I love that the leaves start changing. And although a lot of people, I think of California and we don't get the seasons, but we do. We do. And
we can wear a jacket.
Yeah. And light sweater or, something more. But I love the it starts cooling down. And I really like the fall and the colors and the holidays.
We're getting ahead, but I can't help but ask because it's all over the media right now. Are you a pumpkin spice person? Speaking of fall.
I'm spicy in general. So,
wow. Okay.
Well, hello.
We just took a whole new turn on this podcast.
No, I like pumpkin spice. Yes. I like pumpkins, carving them. Yes. Do you like pumpkin spice?
I am not a pumpkin spice person.
Okay.
I'm pretty run-of-the-mill, don't need a lot of flavor in my coffee or all of that. I like a pumpkin pie, but we'll save that for the episode to come
coming up
when we're in the fall, right?
Right.
But back to the heat.
Yeah,
I know. That segue, pie, oven, heat.
Here we go.
Yes.
So triple digits, heat wave.
I saw 109.
Oh, I heard 110.
Did we move to Arizona?
I don't know. But
what is going on?
Thank God that there's places to go, right? Like these secret swimming holes. Oh. Have you heard this? Have you seen this in the magazine?
I did see it. Yes. And my guy's daughter went up to one of them. I think you're going to talk about it and brought back pictures. And it's beautiful up there. I've not been myself, but tell me what you learned about this.
So honestly, we did do a Studio 209 on it. A couple years ago.
Okay.
And so they actually got to see firsthand and they were sharing that they're like, so the first one, Natural Bridges.
That's where she went.
Is that where she went? Okay. Have you been? No?
No.
Okay. So it's like a cave, right? And it's There's limestone caverns. How cool is that, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
They were saying it's like a sonatas in Mexico.
Oh,
yeah. No,
here you go again with the big words. Pedro, Sonata, empanada, whatever.
Tequila. Oh, okay. Well, I do again. I do. Hey, bartender. So, anyways, it's off of Highway 4, Parrots Ferry Road.
Oh, yeah.
And just a really cool, like, go cool off, lay around, kind of check it out. Very beautiful. They have pictures in here. It's so pretty. I haven't been, but looking at this, I think I want to go.
So that's Natural Bridges.
Natural Bridges.
Gotcha.
And then there's a Rainbow Pools. So if you want something where you're going to be a little more edgy, like, oh, I want to jump off something. Oh, this is going to be your thing.
Did you ever cliff jump?
I have once, and I bungee jumped once. Yeah.
No, it's not the same thing.
I know it's not.
No, cliff jumping.
No,
do you know what that is?
Cliff jumping. I did jump off a rock into a water. Is that it? No, still not.
And your pool doesn't count. The pool rock is not a cliff.
Have you done this?
Yes. When I was younger, we used to spend summer times in Lake Tahoe, and we would cliff jump in Lake Tahoe. And then, so that was fun. That was when I was in my high school, early college days. And then I actually did that in Jamaica as well. I went on a vacation with my mom and best friend several decades ago, and they had some cliff jumping at this place called, I forget, but it was like all the locals go there, and we cliff jumped. It was fun.
So are you one of those adventure seekers kind of?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that kind of adrenaline stuff.
Junkie.
Matter of fact, I'm going to give a little shout out to my daughter, because one of the things, her bucket list is to jump out of a plane when she's 18. So that's on our list that we'll do together in a few years.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, mom
it was on mine when I was 25.
That was
on my heck no. I did not. No.
It's good to have a dream.
And it changes later. So hopefully she does it when she's 18, because that's but good for you. I like that.
Thanks.
So this Rainbow Pools, right? You jump into it. It's off of Highway 120.
Oh, okay.
And it's east of Groveland. And so it just seems like a really cool swimming hole, secrety. Maybe there's nobody there. You could jump off the rock, swim in the pool, cool off, get away from this heat.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a little cooler up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up the hill?
Yeah, up the hill.
Bit.
Yes, yeah, exactly. A little cooler up there.
Yeah.
So Rainbow Pools, off of east of Groveland, off of Highway 120. Go check that out. But if you're not into that, like go outdoors, kind of find a secret swimming hole, jump off rocks.
In your pool.
Tea, adrenaline junkie. You might want to go to Great Wolf. Have you seen Great Wolf off of 120 again?
I have. Manteca.
Manteca.
Right by Costco.
Yes, but you could go to Costco, get non-perishable,
Yeah.
And go to Great Wolf and spend some time. So you go in there, it's 80 degrees constantly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Controlled habitat.
Controlled. So it could be stormy, rainy, cold outside. And then you go in there. But right now, you could go in there, get out of the 110 heat, and go on their water slides. They have water slides. They have pools. They have wave thingies indoor. It's all indoor. They do have an outdoor pool as well.
Oh, they do?
Outdoor pool. You could go lounge out there.
Okay.
Dip in. You know all about swimming pools.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a swimming pool person. Yes.
So, it's a really cool. They have restaurants in there. So if you get hungry, they also, have a bar in the water slide area.
And guess what's even better? They have beds. So if you have too much at the bar, you can go take a siesta.
Go take a siesta.
Yes.
Their rooms are nice. Yeah.
The rooms are nice?
The rooms are nice. They have like cute area for the kids. If you have kids, you bring the littles.
Yeah, it might be kind of odd to show up as a bunch of adults to the Wolf Lodge. No?
No. There's all kinds, because there's restaurants, there's other things.
Put on a list?
No. I think you'd be welcomed.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you got your wolf ears. They give you wolf ears.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
Stop it.
So you could get those and then use them for Halloween.
Wait.
Yes.
Do they really do that?
They do. They give you wolf ears if
do you
stay.
have some?
I do.
I want to see them.
Oh my gosh, I do.
Honestly? I did not know this fun fact.
Does it worry you about going down a water slide? Like, do you feel like enclosed at all?
I am just a water person, 200%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a few water slides in like the Pleasanton area. And up until my kids got older, right before school would start every year, we would go with the mommy friends and all the little kids and they would all do the water slide. And we would do the lazy river while they did the water slides. I like water slides. They have a great water slide at in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Do you remember the Oak Park water slides? They had Oak Park over off of Manteca. Is that
when I was a little, I can remember coming out like once or twice.
Yeah.
It felt like
Those
forever to get here from the Bay back then.
Yeah.
And it was so hot.
Coming from Stockton, it seemed long because I was young then. And everything was like
impatient.
You're so impatient, right? And you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And so, no, but that's where I bungee jumped. So I got a little adrenaline junkie too.
Oh,
a little
at the water slide you bungee jumped?
Yeah, because they had the water slides and then they had a section where you could climb up 80 feet and jump.
And you did it.
I did it backwards.
Backwards?
Head first.
Stop. Now you're making it up.
No.
With your ears on?
No.
With your wolf ears?
No, that wasn't at Great Wolf. But Great Wolf is a great place to go. Listen, if you want indoor controlled environment, controlled water, a lot of different water activities. Also, they have restaurants, like I said, or they even have like games that you could play in the kids. It's a good place for the kids, but I could see adults going there and having a good time.
Yeah, and it's not too far.
No.
Yeah.
Very close.
So speaking of a good time and not too far and heat, if you don't want to go and dabble in the water and all the various places, you can always go to Gervasoni's and dabble in a cocktail or two.
Yes.
And you did this story.
Yes.
And I was, we've mentioned before, sometimes you take me along.
Yes.
And so I'm just going to say you didn't invite me along on this one, even though you do know, I know Rose and
one of
Serena,
the owners. Yeah,
the owners, the mother-daughter owners of Gervasoni's. Such a fun place. I'm so glad you went there. And they are such nice ladies, very personal, I feel. Yeah. And very warm, right?
Absolutely.
So really happy to see that they made it through COVID because I know that was hard on their family.
Very hard.
Gervasoni's been around forever. People in the Central Valley typically my mom and my guy tell stories when it was downtown before they relocated it to its new location on McHenry. That used to be where all the attorneys went for lunch.
It was by the courthouse.
And that's where everybody went. My mom's former employee, that's where they would take everybody on Friday. And you knew once you went to Gervasoni's for dinner or for lunch or whatever, you weren't going back to the office because it was just a good time.
Right.
And then Rose and Serena brought it down to the McHenry location, but they did a really good job preserving some of the aspects of it design-wise from when it was downtown.
Right.
Did you find that to be true when you interviewed them?
Oh, yeah. They brought everything they possibly could, kept the name because Gervasoni, he's the one who started it to begin with. And they did. They brought the fireplace. They brought the bar. They brought, so many different things. Did you see their glassware too?
So this is what I was going to say is their glassware and the bar, so I grew up, don't judge. I grew up in a bar because when I was growing up, it was not abnormal to take your kid and, they would have a Shirley Temple and you would have a cocktail and it was more of a family environment, which is really what Gervasoni's makes me think of. And back then, bars were a little darker and they had this rustic feel to them. They weren't shiny and full of, metal and flashy stuff, right? It was just homey and dark. And Gervasoni's, I feel, still has that element.
Yes.
And they have a great variety of drinks. And then, we talked on episode 2 about food, and my guy is definitely a foodie. So we actually threw him a surprise party here a few years back, and he loves the sweet bread.
Yeah.
Did you sample food when you were there, or did you just do drinks?
I have. Yeah. I've eaten there. They've got some pastas. They got some, different stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. The sweet bread's not really my thing. But they do have a lot of other really good food as well as cocktails. They do a really good old fashioned.
Yes.
They do a good Moscow Mule. They have the cups. You got to have the cups for the Moscow Mule.
Yeah,
you know
the
that,
copper,
right?
the copper
cups.
mug.
You got to have the copper cups.
Yeah,
and they do, and they just have a nice selection. I think in general
they do.
And Serena does a great job, and Rose does a great job in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And what was interesting too, I feel like, is that they were kind of very. It's family, a family business. So
yes.
Sometimes Serena was telling me that she's the bartender. Sometimes she's the waitress, the busser. Sometimes her Rose has come out and helped do things.
They do it all.
They do it all.
They do it.
Yeah.
And with a smile.
I know.
They're
right?
just so friendly.
They are friendly. Very cool people. I like the new location's nice for parking, right? So it's like, there's a lot of spots.
Yeah.
Lots of spots.
A lot of spots. And so, speaking of getting out and about, we did get out and about with this really hard assignment of visiting some of these new best of locations, right?
Oh, yeah. And if you look at the list of winners, there's like a ton of categories.
It was a little overwhelming.
So many categories.
So many.
So we do a best of tour in a sense.
We did.
And unfortunately, we couldn't stop at too many places. But fortunately, we are local riders, so we do know a lot of these places as well. So what would you say for you on our best of tour or looking through the winners list? Was there some standout?
Well, first, I'm going to just go a little off the beaten path and give a shout out because we had a schools academics category in here, which okay. And I have kids at Oakdale High School, so I was very tickled to see that Oakdale High School got a silver for high school.
Oh,
which was
silver high. Okay.
Did me proud.
Yeah.
That's where my kids are Mustangs. So a little shout out to Oakdale. Whoop, whoop. Go Mustangs. Mustang
whoop, whoop.
pride. We got it. We're all about the Mustang pride.
Right now, if I had a horse sound, I would do it. But I don't. Okay. That was my best.
That was a good effort.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good effort. Be careful, though. I might see if you can do a duck call next.
Quack, quack. I might. I got all kinds of stuff. Let's go.
So that was fun. And then it was also, I've mentioned, we mention our little cocktail interests every now and again on this podcast, but I do love a good beer. And so it was nice to see 3 places, and I'm really trying because I don't want to goof this up, but I'm trying to find them. 3 breweries, all which I really do appreciate, were all named in the top 3. Not to say that we don't have more than 3 that are pretty darn delicious. But for Beer Tap Room, Dying Breed Brewery, once again, Oakdale, they're there in Oakdale, got a gold for Beer Tap Room, followed by Dust Bowl Brewing, which, I have to say all props to Dust Bowl because that was the first brewery that I remember going to here in the Valley in the 209 was just here in downtown Turlock. They had that little tasting room, and now they're in that big location out on the highway. So
yeah, definitely.
Dust Bowl does a great job. And ironically, not so ironically, Commonwealth with the Bronze, which opened in Modesto first. Great guys that own that place. And now they're in the old Dust Bowl location once again here in downtown Turlock. They were able to go to 2 locations. They've had such success. So really like seeing that those 3 places got the nod for the top 3. Again, not to take away from the others, but these each have been pioneers in their own way for what
definitely.
they do with beer and Dying Breed does a great job with their entertainment out there. It's really a beautiful venue. And once again, 3 great guys that started that business. And then Dust Bowl is just, it's everywhere. It's almost like Sierra Nevada in its own way, which is,
grocery stores. You
Valley Proud, right? Yeah. Valley Proud, 100%. And
absolutely.
Then Commonwealth is just great in that they offer, I don't know, have you ever been to Commonwealth?
Yeah.
I love that they have such a variety of beers all the time.
Downtown Modesto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. I personally am a Pliny girl, and I always know that at some point or another, I'm going to get a Pliny at Commonwealth. They always have it, or Russian River. So I just, that was one of my, like, when I saw the winners, I was like, oh, yes, I'm so happy for those 3 businesses. So how about you?
No, that's good. I mean, it is nice to see, all the different things. Now, being that I do a Hey Bartender section, I can say it is part of my duty to the community, to the 209, to check out several of these places and know a little bit about them and share with the community about them,
Yes.
So, the tap room, in here, bartender, the gastro pub, local craft beer, all these people you're mentioning. Looking at one, the Margaritas, okay, not to get too heavy on drinks here, but the Margaritas, there's a category for best margarita. Have you been to Agave Azul?
I don't think I have.
It's a kitchen and tequila bar. And they have a huge tequila options, and they do really great cocktails and really good drinks.
Where's that at?
That is in Houston.
Oh, really?
Houston. Yeah. Can you believe
Houston.
that? I know, right? In Houston. And if you go in,
you didn't take me.
I know.
Whatever, Virginia.
I know. We need
Whatever.
to start collabing more.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
so they do really good margaritas there.
They do. And they have a good selection of tequilas, and their food's good. So they have really good food. It's so good. So, but then looking at Cafe Bravo, getting a silver for their margarita.
Oakdale once again.
Okay, Cafe Bravo.
Javier,
oh
great
my gosh.
guy.
Cool restaurant. I like their vibe. I like their food. It's not your typical food. They have a nice bar area. And then El Ranchito in Riverbank. El Ranchito's been there a long time.
A long time.
Mm-hmm. Known for their margaritas. Also family owned. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about, since we're still in the alcohol kind of section.
Well, it is hot.
It is hot, right?
Makes a girl thirsty.
Wine list. Let's talk about the wine list winners. Galetto in Modesto, right? Got a gold.
Which coincidentally is owned by the Gallows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what I was told.
Great. Good.
Don't fact check me out there.
Should we Google it? Here you go. Here you go.
We've always got to have a Google moment on our podcast.
Bistro 234 got a silver. Bistro right here in Turlock. And then Camp for Wine, right? Which was a stop.
We visited there.
We did visit
We
there.
did. That was a first time visit for you.
Yes. Never been there.
And we met Angie and Alex.
Yes.
Remember? As well as Damon.
Yeah.
The owner. That was a fascinating stop to me. Didn't you think so?
I thought so. I thought that the location was interesting. I thought it was going to, for my first time, thought it was going to have a more like kind of fine dining vibe, but it was more casual.
It was, remember, the tribute to his father.
Right.
That was his father's building, and his father was a hiker. And Camp 4 was a nod to his dad, and they had those beautiful pictures up on the wall. And so, yeah, very fun little stop for sure.
Yeah.
We went just during the week, kind of surprised him out of the blue. But can we just talk about the enthusiasm those 2 girls had for that magazine?
Oh, I know. They were so glad that they were listed in the winners for the best of 209.
So proud.
So proud. Taking pictures. Remember? And like,
it was so cute.
Yeah.
They were really cool.
Cute.
Very passionate about what they were doing. And that's translates so well, right?
Yeah.
And then you didn't actually have wine there. You had a cocktail.
A spritzer.
A spritzer.
A wine spritzer.
Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah.
It was good.
It
and
was.
their menu there at Camp 4, they have the story about
his dad.
About his dad in that, which was really cool.
It really was.
Yeah.
And he was so humble.
Yeah.
Very humble guy. Really didn't want to talk a whole lot about himself. Very focused on his staff.
Has a picture of his dad.
Yeah.
Up on the wall. How cool.
It was very cool.
And that was his dad's place before.
Yes.
Right? So how cool. Just the history,
Yeah. And even their logo was interesting.
Right. Looks like a bench.
It was like park bench. Like a picnic table. That's what it was.
That's
like a picnic table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then what else did you have in there that caught your attention?
So I can tell you, one of the things which was interesting that I found was in the ag section. I can't tell you. Let's see. So large animal supplies. Okay.
Oh,
Here we go. Here's a shout out to Escalon because they won gold for Escalon Feed and Supply. And so I don't know if you've been in there, but obviously there's feed and supply stores in many of our towns.
Do you go there for Millie?
No. I actually popped in there looking for a gift. Yes.
Not for your mother-in-law, I hope.
For my mother-in-law.
Oh, no,
yes.
you did not.
Yes. She's a country girl. Yeah.
So wait,
she's a country girl.
So Mom got a gift from Chickarelli's.
Oh, which I have a story about that. Yes.
As well as a gift from
the Escalon Feed Store.
You shouldn't spoil her so much.
I know,
there.
Right? 75 though. She was 75, turning 75, or turned 75.
Have you given her the gift already?
Yes,
I need
we
to
had
know
the birthday party. Yes,
what did you possibly find for her at the feed and seed?
They have clothes. And they have all kinds of stuff. But get this, would you know this? This was so surprising. I love small town. And they were so cool, so helpful. And when they found out that it was a gift, they said, "Shall we wrap that for you?" I said, absolutely. Would you think that Escalon Feed and Supply would wrap your gifts?
So Would you get her a Carhartt or Ariat shirt or what?
Yeah, I was looking for a Carhartt tee, but no, I got her a really cute sweater. I found a cute sweater. Yeah, she liked it, by the way. She liked it. Now, Chickarelli jeweler. Is it Chica? Here we go with my Spanish accent.
Chickarelli Jewelers.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
I
would like a bauble for that plug, by the way.
Yes. You did very well.
Thanks.
Yeah, I thought we cut into the commercial for a second.
They're going to have to pay for that spot next time.
So I go to Chickarelli's for my mother-in-law as well.
Yes.
And my husband and I get her we pick out this really nice necklace. And as we're sitting there, my husband, who is a builder, maker, creator, he works with his hands, he knows how to, do all kinds of stuff, sees these tweezers and he's like, because they're jeweler. Don't make me tongue twist here.
Come on now, girl. Spit it out there. Spit it out.
For the jewelry stores, they always have tweezers and different little tools because they're working with diamonds and, jewelry.
Or a chain might get tangled.
Right. Clasps and stuff like that. Clasps.
Speech classes later.
Thank you. You're so helpful.
You're welcome.
So V&T, right?
Straight up all day long, baby.
So they're helping us, and they also wrap gifts there. So if you have a gift and you want it, wrap, they'll wrap it for you, put in a nice box and whatnot. So as we're sitting there and we're closing out, my husband said, "Oh, can I see your tweezers?" And they say, "Yeah." So we were talking with Brad and John from Chickarelli.
Yeah.
And Brad says, "Yeah, here, check them out." And he's like, "Oh, I like these. These are nice." And he said, "You know what? You just have those. You take those along."
So you got a man that likes some tweezers, huh?
Yeah. They're special
so he's not
tweezers.
Just a builder, he's a tweezer guy.
He's a tinker.
One of a kind.
He's a maker, creator. One of a kind. 100%.
So speaking of clothing.
Yeah.
And, just popping back a minute.
Oh, right. Yes.
I did happen to visit our consignment store winner, which was Threads Consignment Boutique.
Okay.
Had never been there. I am a girl that loves me some consignment shops, mainly because I love clothes, But B, I love wearing things that not everybody else has.
Yeah.
And if you find a really good consignment store, you can actually find some really good clothing in good condition, and, you don't look like everybody else. So I popped in.
Absolutely.
And I met Angela, the owner, and just a pleasant lady. And great stuff in there. And when I say great stuff, I'm talking like quality bags. I texted you about it when I left, remember?
Yes.
I was so impressed.
Oh, yeah. Cute bag, by the way.
Oh, thank
really
you.
Really cute bag.
I did pick up a bag. I'm not going to lie. Girl likes her bags and her shoes. But they had... Now, again, it's not Macy's, so you don't know what you're going to get. You've got to go in like a treasure hunt, right?
Right.
But they had they had a Louis bag in there on consignment. They had a couple Gucci bags in there. They had some really nice clothing, some Lauren dresses, like very, very nice. And what I love about her, she says, I don't sell a lot of jeans. I don't carry a lot of bottoms, because women... Who wants to mess with that, right? She's smart. So she had a lot of dresses, a lot of tops, a lot of handbags, etc., and just super friendly, super
good.
friendly.
That's nice.
Was also very thrilled to hear that they had won the consignment store, and even more thrilled because she marks her tags so that depending on the date, it could be cheaper.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So I got a steal when I was there. And, she said, I'm like, this is almost cheaper than a thrift store, but it was nice, nice things. And she said, oh, sometimes I get categorized in that, but I'm definitely not that end, right? Because she's definitely got a good eye for what she takes from her clients. So Angela was a super pleasure to meet, 100%, really, really enjoyed her. And just pleasant overall, just relatable and friendly. Not, sometimes you go in those like shops, and they're just kind of not always friendly.
Right, right.
And I don't want to stay there.
Like a pretty woman moment.
Yeah, like that. But no, not Angela. Nope, she wasn't like that one bit.
And some high end stuff. That's pretty nice.
I love it. Nice. And like legit, not like this is from a little Chinese guy down the road in his trunk, right? This is like the real deal. Just it's consignment, so somebody didn't need their Louis bag anymore, so they're going to sell it now.
How cool!
I loved it.
So just to kind of wrap up some of our stuff here with our best of tour that we did, I just have to say the Ripon Ice Cream Parlor Emporium. Like, wow, like that is such a really cool. Yes, go get an ice cream, huh? At the Emporium.
Lynn was the nice young man that waited on us, remember?
Yes, he was so nice.
That place was so adorable. I couldn't even believe it.
Bow tie and friendly and packed.
I felt like I was at Main Street Disney, didn't you?
Yeah.
At the Carnation Place. That's what it kind of reminded me of. I don't know the last time you've been to Disneyland, but that's what it reminded me of.
Many years.
Well, they have this place. It's been there forever.
Yeah. We make our own Disneyland at home, thanks.
Jumping off those rocks into the pool. I know all about your Disneyland. Anyways. But it was really, what I couldn't believe was how busy they were on a Wednesday we went, remember?
So busy,
And it was like 4:30.
People lining up. Yes.
You held up the line.
I had a black cherry cone, and I got the kids, and it seemed like an adult's.
It was pretty big.
It was pretty big.
And the other place we stopped by, which was fun, was the Food Fix truck. Now that they got their own location in downtown, and that is Hank Olson and his wife Ashley. They've really been at that for quite some time, and kind of going back to the whole Dust Bowl thing, they really were kind of the pioneers of the taco truck business. Like they started that Food Fix truck. I think, I mentioned when we were there that they used to set up the truck at the Warden's Furniture in their parking lot in downtown Modesto and sell their food. And then they were on Guy Fieri's show.
Right. Diners, drives, and dive-ins.
Dive-ins. You know what? You just say triple D.
Yes, triple D. You got it.
110. That's it.
But very cool. Yeah. So now they have their storefront.
Now
and
they've got the storefront.
The butcher and the baker. I remember.
And they're getting ready to open next door and have a bakery. Remember, she shared?
She was sharing that. Yeah.
And then And they too had good beers on tap.
Good beers.
Another good stop.
Dying Breed, I think, was out there.
It was. And
right?
Last Call.
And Last Call.
Another Oakdale location.
And Dust Bowl, I think.
Mm-hmm. They had a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
It was fun.
Yeah. Good times.
Fun. But I would...
So, yeah.
You go.
You go.
I would really encourage our readers to not just look at the stories, but to flip through the back and see what who some of these winners are, and to also engage in this next year when we have the votes, because it's so important for participation from our community of the 209 to weigh in and say who they think the best are. This means so much to the owners. To see their responses and their employees when we showed up, I just felt was like, because this is just our grind, right? Like we love our job. I love my job. You love your job. I know we love our job, but
Absolutely.
It's like, I don't think we fully get the impact of how much this means to the community when they see their name in print as a selected winner, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
Super great to get out there and meet them.
Yeah, so definitely I would say go pick up a copy of the 209 magazine.
Yes.
Go to our website, 209magazine.com.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Studio 209.
Mm-hmm.
They're always covering stuff in the 209 and beyond sometimes.
Yep.
Follow us on social media. Keep listening. Right? Listen, keep on listening. Join, subscribe, follow us.
I was going to say they can subscribe to the magazine for $18 a year.
I know,
and it just
right?
comes right to their home. They can find that. They can call any of our offices.
Mm-hmm. Riverbank, yeah.
Escalon, Ceres, call
Manteca.
Any of them and hook yourself up with a subscription.
Right.
I mean, that's the best way to go, quite honestly. And, you want to do that sooner than later, because coming down the pike in our October-November issue, it's just going to be fun.
Oh,
We've got so much planned that everybody's working on.
Yes.
We've got all the Halloween shenanigans.
Frightful fun. Frightful.
Tons.
Yes,
and then we've got Thanksgiving stuff. There's just
a veteran, salute to veterans section, right? Because in November is Veterans Day.
Yep.
A lot of things coming up in the know, Crane Festival, we're going to be talking about in the next issue. Veterans Museum in Sonora.
Lots of good stuff. You've got some good assignments you're going on. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, so I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. I mean, it's just a really good cross-section, a little bit for everybody. I really do believe that. I don't think that it's just because it's our magazine. I just think there's a lot there for our readers to enjoy and learn about and get out and see. So that's really going to be coming down. We'll be talking about that again on our 4th episode coming up in October.
So exciting. Four. What are we going to do? We're going to have a listeners party?
I don't know.
What do we got to do?
Lots of
we
people
save that for 5? I don't know.
Lots of people are wanting to sit in. We've got some people trying to invite themselves in, huh?
To guests. To be guests.
So we'll get there. But in the meantime, just everybody keep listening. We're going to keep talking, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So here's to the next one.
Yeah, stay cool in the 209, huh? Let's get to fall, October, November. We'll see you then.
Yep. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. V&T out.